you look out and you say, okay, who's scoring? They really don't have a post scorer here. Mosley can a little bit.
They have the JUCO transfer Galen Alexander on the court. A bucket there.
Man, that was Wahab just getting it at the free throw line. He got a little angle. Mistake by Duke. You just square your shoulders to Wahab and make him shoot through you, and he's not going to do it. But if he gets an angle, he can go to the rim.
They find Carey. Carey on Wahab. Kudus Wahab charged with the foul.
Let me show you what I'm talking about here. You just have to move your feet and square up when the ball. See, there's just a little bit of side that Carey gives Wahab. You just can't do that. He gets right over Carey's left foot, and if Carey were a little lower and moving, he would have squared up and kept him in front, and it would have been no bucket. You square up on bigs at the free throw line.
8th foul on Georgetown, and Carey misses the front end of the 1-and-1. How about Carey moving his feet, got his hand in there.
Now a question down here, who's going to score for Duke? If it's not going to be Carey, he's dying for the ball.
LeBlanc out on Hurt, great position by Carey. Point blank look, he couldn't finish. But if he gets the ball that deep all the time, it's going to be trouble. Wahab blocked by Baker, but they get the foul on Joey Baker.
Young players. This is a great pass by Mosley. Mosley gets it into Wahab. Wahab doesn't catch it clean. It's a great pass. But watch what Wahab does. He fumbles it, right? It's kind of fumbled, but right there, he takes his time and he gathers and goes up. So many big guys in traffic want to hurry and get the ball up. You're big, you're strong, you're by the bucket, you dominate, and that's what Wahab did.
Had 9 points in the win over Texas. A season high 22 minutes. He had the dunk at 13:15 to go that put the Hoyas up for good, 54-52. I mean, they won by 16. It ended up being a blowout, but they were down by 5 at the break.
Just got locked in defensively. Texas had nothing for him.
7-0 Georgetown run. Stanley. And absorbs the contact from Alexander. First team foul, 9th foul on Georgetown. It's going to be double bonus time with the next foul. 9:55 to go. Cassius Stanley, the freshman from California. He got a chance to meet his namesake. Yeah, Muhammad Ali, the former Cassius Clay. A friend was doing a story on Muhammad Ali, and young Cassius got a chance to tag along and meet the champ. That photo is incredible.
Incredible. What a great photo to have. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Ali Frazier 1 was right here. One of the great fights of all time.
The block kick out. Mosley will try a 3. Carey pulls down the board. Here comes Trey Jones. Duke down by 7. Jones fires. That's short. Allen to Alexander, and he's fouled. Yeah, the foul will be on Cassius Stanley. That's his first. And Galen Alexander, JUCO transfer, started his career at LSU. He's a junior. You look at these two teams, though, they are young. I mean, the core of this Georgetown team, you got the sophomores with McClung, Akinjo, and LeBlanc. Pickett's a junior. And then Jones on the Duke side, a sophomore. And they got, even though it's not the same level as last year, they still have a good group of freshmen. I mean, the freshmen between Moore and Hurt and Stanley, the freshmen are going to have to make an impact for Duke again this year.
This is where they like to play Hurt, right here.
Inside, that would go. Hurt the rebound. Inside again, had it knocked away And it's
Right
Mosley. Alexander puts it in.
I tell you what, that second possession in a row, Alexander and Mosley flew down the court.
Timeout Duke. 10-1 is the run for Georgetown.
Really well schooled by Patrick Ewing, his team, to use verticality. Watch, straight up. Turnover, and this is so fast, and Alexander just dominates going to the backboard. Second possession in a row. Georgetown just out-athleted, if that's a word, Duke. That was fast, Boogie.
Now, so Georgetown leading it by 10. James Akinjo, who was the Big East Freshman of the Year last year and led the conference in assists. He's a guy that can make shots and facilitate.
Hey, let's be honest. You're James Akinjo, and you have that kind of credentials. You're going up against Trey Jones. Guess what you've heard? All you've heard is Trey Jones is the greatest defender. Trey Jones is candidate for Player of the Year. Trey Jones is first-team All-American. Cocky guards want to go at Trey Jones. And that's exactly, to start the game, what Akinjo and McClung have done, and it's spurred Georgetown.
This is back March 9th. And how about some love from Damian Lillard, point guard for Georgetown, toughest point guard in the country. That's what Damian Lillard tweeted. That dude's a pretty good player, by the way.
And he's not far off, because I tell you what, a lot of guys, the bright lights, Coach K on the sidelines get nervous. Akinjo and McClung, they came right out.
Cocky guards.
Cocky guards win big games, man.
What about cocky broadcasters?
They do great.
All right.
They get a lot of people on Twitter to hate them.
And it'll go the other way. And it'll be on Wahab. That's his second.
Yeah, Patrick Ewing is saying, because there was a lot of room that Wahab had given the ball handler, but he just moved enough. And you know what? When you're out in the middle of the court, easy call for a ref when you move.
Right. About 8.5 to go, and it'll go the other way. Did they get Stanley for pushing off? They did. And that's his second. So the freshman charged with the foul.
Look, we said it earlier. Other than Carey, who is going to score?
Yeah. Well, so far the answer is no one. They got a dozen points.
Right.
And we're almost 11.5 into this game.
Now, I will say it's going to be hurt on the elbow. I think we will see that, if not later in this half, we will see that in the second half, because he got a pretty good look, just wasn't strong enough to finish.
Akinjo here, weaving through traffic. Mosley inside, scoops it up, and it'll go offensive foul. How about Carey getting into position and able to draw the charge?
Boy, Georgetown had Duke scrambling. Let's see Carey, number one. Let's see what. You know, usually, you said earlier, they usually call that a block. When a guy hits a shoulder, they usually call that a block. I would call that one a block, because I think Carey slid into him.
Duke 6 turnovers and 4 made field goals. Moore takes it away and puts it in.
Strong. Reminds me of Chris Carrawell back in the day. Moore can do everything on a basketball court. Just needs a little time.
And Pickett gets bumped. Our under 8 timeout. We'll be back here in New York City. Used to be for the Hoyas. Blue Devils held on 86-84 back in 2015 for Coach K.
We talked earlier, we talked yesterday. How many trophies does that man have? How many rings does that man have? You read the bios of the assistant coaches, all the championships done at Duke. It is truly remarkable. 40 years, he's the best to ever do it.
He's got to have some good ones, too, from like the early going.
Right.
When they went to some random tournament somewhere, you know. The Dan Dockich inaugural, whatever. Akinjo, left hand off the glass and good. James Akinjo.
Carey just a little bit underneath the bucket, allowed Akinjo to go to the left hand.
Duke so far shooting 23% from the floor.
Who's going to make threes?
James Akinjo, yeah, Big East Freshman of the Year, and looks like a pretty good sophomore.
Man, kids with pride, man. You hear about Trey Jones, greatest defender, this, that. Some guys shy away, some guys step up. Akinjo stepped up from jump.
Feed inside, carrying the stuff.
Well, they asked Wahab to do two things there. He had to go out and defend Jones on the ball screen. Then he got turned around and never saw the basketball, and Carey was the recipient.
Carey had 31 yesterday. He's got 8 here tonight. They've got to keep him involved. Under 7 to go here, first half of our championship game.
I like Goldwire in this game because he can guard. He's athletic. I thought he played really well yesterday.
Akinjo inside, wouldn't go. Wahab the putback.
But it was back to Wahab because Akinjo stayed with it, and the ball got loose because of Akinjo's activity. What Damian Lillard say? Toughest guard, toughest point guard in the country?
Yep.
He ain't too wrong.
Carey.
Didn't need it.
Count it.
What? You know, big guys have a tough time, man. You've got to guard two things. Watch, Wahab's got to come out here. He stays with Jones. Now he's running back, but he has no idea where the basketball is. That's asking a lot of that young kid to guard both. And a heck of a pass by Jones.
Pickett puts it on the floor. And right there, Galen Alexander able to drill one from downtown. And how about the Hoyas up by 11 on the #1 team in the country?
Who was that pass to?
I'm not sure. Because I thought it might have been to a
His foot that way.
Out of bounds? No, it'll stay with Duke. All right, yeah, let's take a look at that last pass.
You make the call, Boog. Who is this to?
I think it was for Wahab.
I do too.
Goldwire handling as Jones is off the ball at the moment. Moore off 1 foot. Loose ball, Pickett pushing ahead. Here's Pickett. And what do you have? Offensive foul.
Now, if I'm Patrick Ewing, I wanted to foul back here at half court. That was a charge, but I'm wanting to foul at half court. I thought the foul occurred about let's see. Right there when he tripped.
Absolutely. You got him on the leg.
Yeah, I thought that was the foul. Good play by Moore. Great play by Moore, but right here, that's going to be a foul.
You couldn't see it there, but from our end zone camera, you could see it. Here's Carey, rebound underneath, and puts it in.
When you drive, but when you drive, everybody's coming, right? They're over helping, so it's going to open the backboard. So Duke needs to do more of that from the top of the key. Drive, it's going to open the backboard.
And it'll go the other way. Take a look at that last drive when Duke had the basketball, as you mentioned.
Top of the key means there's no help. Here comes the help from the big, and nobody puts a body on Carey. And if you don't put a big body on Carey, you've got a serious problem.
Vernon Carey again off to a good start. Travel.
It was either a travel or the same offensive foul they just called, and Coach K's up, but that's the same exact play. They just called a foul on the other end.
Ryan Dorsey on the call. Akinjo and the Hoyas leading by 9, under 5 to go first half. Akinjo, 3. LeBlanc tips it, tried to save it, out of bounds. And it'll be Duke basketball. Anything surprise you so far in this game?
No, because we knew Akinjo and McClure and these guys were really athletic. The one thing that has surprised me this weekend, when I watched Georgetown play earlier in the year against Penn State and Georgia State, they were awful. I mean, awful. They got drubbed by Penn State, and to watch them in person, they are athletic, they are tough, they are strong.
Baker steps inside the three-point line and knocks it down.
And that's what I'm talking about. Either Matthew Hurt, Baker, whomever playing at the free throw line is going to be the offense other than Carey that Duke's going to have.
That last foul on Trey Jones, that's number 7 on the team, so it's a 1-and-1 spot. Jones wanted an offensive foul called, and that's what Coach K is saying. Take a look. Hard to tell there. Now, one of the things we saw from Akinjo, went 10 for 10 from the line in the win yesterday as he had 14 points. Dan Dockich, one of the things Georgetown, if you look at their offense, they like to play fast. They also get to the line. They did it last year. In the win, they went 21 for 28. You'd have to figure if they're going to pull off this upset, they're going to need to get to the line a little more.
Yeah, and they like to drive it, Boog. They'll drive it. They'll drive it again on reversal. And that's why they get to the line. They get into the paint.
Moore flips it up and rolls it home.
I'm telling you, I think this kid is going to be an absolute superstar. He is willing. He is tough. He is strong. He can handle it. Whatever position you want him to play, Moore can play. I think he's terrific.
Out of bounds. It's Duke basketball. It's our under 4 timeout. Champ.
I am saying they've got to figure out either Matthew Hurt or Joey Baker at the elbow. They love Hurt, but he hasn't been in the game. Joey Baker just got a bucket, but that's the question of the day. The coach whisperer, Seth Greenberg.
And remember, you can check out the world's greatest podcast with Seth Greenberg. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that's 3 on McClure.
Oh, wow. That was some hard contact with those two guys. McClung now has 3. And he is frustrated.
Boy, great play by McClung, and then 2 guys run into each other. Look,
what do you do in that spot?
In my world, that's not a foul because I don't know who the foul is on. And the ball's out of bounds, and
totally
I figure who gets it. But my world's a weird world, dude.
No, it's not. Why is it on him any more than it's on Jones in that spot?
I would argue people call it on the defense more than they call it on the offense, and I don't get it. I really don't. It's just 2 guys going after the ball, and that's a monster call.
And they ran into each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3 fouls.
I just let the ball go out of bounds, and whoever we thought touched it, let's go that way.
All right, take another peek. See if anything changes your mind here.
I guess you can argue Jones had the ball and was run into. That would be the only argument that I could make, and he wouldn't accept that argument, McClung.
Yeah. I would go as I think he sort of had possession.
Yeah.
I don't know that he had possession of it. And because of that, then, yeah.
This might be a testament to how good Duke is. Feels like Georgetown is up 10 or 12.
Right.
They're up 5. That's how good Duke is without being a great offensive team.
Wahab can't get the second 5-point game. A little bit of pressure here. Those active hands, Pickett out of bounds, Duke basketball.
Man, 2 times they pressed. First time McClung got to the ball, wasn't able to pick it up, got a foul, and that time Pickett, who's the longest guy out here, had a chance to steal. The press worked. No result. I got to get this to Moore if I'm not going to carry on the block.
Baker got it. Joey Baker knocks it down.
Joey Baker with 5 quick ones.
And we got ourselves a 2-point game. It's the championship, the 2K Empire Classic. Under 3 to go first half. John Shambi, Dan Dockich, Madison Square Garden. Good crowd here tonight. Pickett puts it on the floor. Trying to find Wahab. Kickball.
Well, Baker went to the elbow and got a bucket. And I think that got him going a little bit. Now watch, all the help Pretty good look. It's 2 against 1 on the left side. McClure goes after White, leaving Baker wide open, and he drilled it. They're dying for Baker, O'Connell, Hurt, White, somebody to be consistent. Duke is.
Akejo now, burst of speed, inside, good feed. LeBlanc too strong. Now LeBlanc had a pretty good look right there and just wasn't able to put it in.
LeBlanc shot an air ball late. That's nerves.
Duke has not led in this game. Here's Carey inside. Look out. He is a handful. Duke started 4 for 21. They're 8 of 10 since then, and on a 13-2 run, and here comes the crowd. Tied up 31 apiece.
This is what happens when you lose concentration. Watch the ball get swung around, and Carey's going to post up. All right, not bad position, but stop it right there. You see the position that 34 is in? You have to be here. Carey has to play through you. When you lunge in the passing lane against Carey, this is what happens. Mosley was like a fly on an elephant's backside. You cannot lunge. You cannot go for the ball unless you are 100%. You are going to get the ball, period.
Carey pulls down the board, and Duke, Blue Devils a chance to take their first lead.
Carey or Baker? It's Carey.
It's Carey off the glass and one. Vernon Carey Jr., 31 last night and dominating again here tonight. 16 first half points.
Horns high. You just run the 2 bigs up. That cleans out the backside. No help. Once again, Trey Jones, just simple basketball. Simple basketball. You're asking a big guarding Carey to guard 2 things. Right now, Georgetown can't get it figured out.
And it's Duke basketball.
Horns means 2 guys up, 2 bigs up, and all they do is pop White, roll Carey. It cleans out the opposite big because he's got to stay with White. Easy bucket. Same thing.
Offensive foul. Wave it off. Second on Carey.
Same action. This time the help is there, and Mosley makes a great play to come over outside. He reacts on the pass, gets there. Offensive foul. That's just reacting. You can't wait. When you see the ball move, you jump to the ball, you move with the ball, puts you in position.
Duke first lead of the night, up by 2. Pass intercepted. It was deflected. Jones ends up with it.
Baker wanted a 3.
And they're going to get Trey Jones with a push-off. That's the second on Trey Jones. Tomorrow on ABC, it's Saturday night college football. Number 6 Oregon. They'll head to Tempe to face Arizona State, looking to keep their playoff hopes alive. Coverage begins 7:30 Eastern on ABC and the ESPN app. The Ducks 9-1. They lost their opening week game to Auburn. And they've won everything since.
One of the 2 or 3 best quarterbacks, Herbert, in the country. Boy, they sloppy all of a sudden. Great hands by Duke.
Goldwire probing. Kick out to White. Jones on the bench with those 2 fouls. Who'd they just get that on?
DeLaurier on the screen for Baker.
DeLaurier.
This is the most offensive fouls I've ever seen in a half of basketball.
So here we go. Georgetown down 2.
Patrick Ewing's calling a 1-4 low. You may see a ball screener depending. But if not, they want right there Kinjo to go one-on-one under 10. Now they're going to screen him late. See, I don't like the screen there. That just brings another defender.
Kinjo going to work. Oh my goodness, what a move. Gold wire. Good if it goes.
John Farnham with me. Welcome into the E-Trade Halftime Report. Look, Duke started off a little bit slow, but they were able to come back. Vernon Carey backing up what we saw him do last night with another good performance tonight.
Yeah, Vernon Carey, 7 for 10 from the field. The rest of the team, 6 for 22. How did they get Vernon Carey the ball? They got him in horns action. 2 high screens. You come off Vernon Carey, he dives to the basket. If you come off the opposite coast, you play high-low. Right there, ball goes into the block. Vernon Carey can finish. Great hands, explosive around the basket. And then if you put him in a ball screen, when he rolls, he's going to hard roll to the rim, watch him present himself, catch, and finish. They need to play through Vernon Carey in the half court. On the other end, they got to be able to guard the basketball and keep it out of the lane.
You know, Farnham, Georgetown got out to an early lead. Duke stormed back. Give them credit, though. They got the bucket before the end to tie it. Georgetown at least holding their own early on.
What I loved about Georgetown and Patrick Ewing, he said, hey, we get the ball. We're not waiting. We are going. We're not going to allow Trey Jones to disrupt us. We are going to try to get them as they're flattening out the defense by driving the basketball. Here's a missed shot that gets tipped away, and then out in the open floor, you look at the numbers. They were flying up the floor, and again, they dealt with foul trouble in the first half, but James Akinjo, as we saw in that final possession, just the toughness, the mentality that he's bringing to this game starts to feed to his teammates. They got away from that. When Duke was able to set up their half-court defense, what did we see Georgetown do? Started getting loose with the basketball coach, having some of those turnover issues we've seen.
You know, Sean, we played against Duke when I was coaching at Tech. The most important thing against Duke is to spread the floor and drive old-school Duke defense. Spacing and drive them. If you don't, they're taking you out. Yeah, for a while, then I got whacked.
That was an episode of Sopranos. This game just feels like Madison Square Garden, Georgetown, Duke, physical. You know who would fit right in? Villanova. They were in action today, taking
for the second half. At the break, all knotted up. Number 1, Duke 33, Georgetown 33. Welcome courtside. John Shambi, Dan Dockich. This has been fun. There's been good energy in this building, and you have two teams that are talented and athletic. What are you looking for going forward?
Well, a couple of things. Number one, who's going to score for Duke? You got 33 points, 16 of them by Vernon Carey. I don't know that he can carry the load with half the points. I'm looking at Moore, and Trey Jones has to get going. And then on the other end, we talked about it to start the show, Yurt 7. Older, played against Duke before at North Carolina State. He only played 6.5 minutes and got 2 fouls. He's going to have to help. And then the other, and the X factor, is going to be McClung. McClung picked up his 3rd foul, the guard for Georgetown. He has to play really well. Bad start.
Wow, a steal immediately. Jones steps in, grabs it, puts it in, and Duke has the lead.
Man.
Yurt 7 inside, left hand, wouldn't go. Carey pulls it down.
Same thing they tried to do, or they did in the second half yesterday. Georgetown did try to get Yurt 7 going. That's too easy, 2 in a row. Ewing might think about a timeout here if this possession doesn't go well. His team's sluggish, slow, and not concentrating.
Moore up on Akinjo. Carey picks up his 3rd. Here's how the second half started with a steal.
Man, what are you doing? I mean, that's the best, you know, that's a coaching term for real. Like, that was all you could ask. What are you doing? And then Akinjo just gets late. He doesn't jump to the basketball. And Jones makes a cut. Now he's going to throw it ahead.
Look up ahead, and look who was ahead. Vernon Carey Jr. running the floor.
He's got to get a timeout. His team is not ready to play this half.
Wow. Georgetown comes out flat.
Hyde with Duke deflated Georgetown, because I'm telling you, I watched them in warm-ups. They came out sluggish. They came out sloppy. Good timeout by Patrick Ewing.
Akinjo deep 3, Moore rebounds it.
And that is not what Ewing wanted. Ewing looked at Akinjo like, what are you doing?
Inside. First shot was partially rejected. Here's Mosley. Akinjo. An open look knocks it down. Mosley created for him.
Mosley drew the entire defensive team of Duke to the lane, and Akinjo had a great look. That was a terrific play by Mosley. There you go. Akinjo jumped to the ball that time.
Moore, that's a three. Got it. Freshman knocks it down.
It's a great play by Jones. He got in the lane, found Moore, and Moore is going to be as good a player other than Carey as Duke has.
McClung couldn't spin it home. He went down to the floor, and Stanley hands off to Jones. Duke by 6, looking for more. And Yurtseven picks up his third.
You can't let the ball in the lane against Duke because Duke will surround you with shooters. This isn't a vintage team, but see the help from Mosley, number 4. He just came sprinting in because the ball went, and that's a layup for modern-day college basketball players. Moore knocks it down. You've got to keep the ball on the side, not in the lane against Duke. Easier said than done.
Yeah. Wow. Carey, no. Stanley, yes.
Oh, geez. It's a good screen. Watch how quick Stanley gets up. Boom.
So they went delay of game warning on Stanley. Yurtseven flips it up and in.
Smart, because Carey has 3 fouls. You're trying to get him out of there, and if you can get him out of there, you don't have a great offensive team.
For Yurtseven, by the way, his first 2 points of the night. Stanley buries a 3.
Same action, except the ball didn't go into the middle. It went to the basket on the side. Help came off. Stanley drilled it. Just throw it in there again.
And there's LeBlanc to clean it up.
This will be that horn set. 2 guys high. You'll see Carey dive and Jack White pop out.
White to the rim, and he's fouled. Duke by 7. Georgetown led for most of the first half. We ended up tied at the break at 33. And White, the senior from Australia.
It's a good move by Coach K. If you expose Carey enough by throwing the ball in the Yurtseven, which they've done, Georgetown has for the last 3, getting him out of here gets him a good rest and gives him a few minutes. Now you're playing with 3 fouls. It's not that big a deal if you get down to 13 minutes. But you got to find offense.
Well, let's see if Georgetown tries to get it to Yurtseven. Allen gets into the paint, and he walked.
Well, they had it set up for Alexander to set a back cut. Allen just got a little bit too high, and he walked.
That, by the way, the 15th turnover on Georgetown. And a foul on the Hoyas. Choppy start to this first half. Patrick Ewing wanted a carry.
I think he's right. I think that Moore took the ball over the trap, and there's no way you can keep your hand on top of the ball if you go over 2 people. I don't think Patrick Ewing's wrong about that. Oops.
Oh, my goodness. Stanley got loose, and even though he got bumped, gathered and put it in. Duke leading by 11. Lob the other way, and LeBlanc able to answer. A 9-point game. White swings to Moore. And they turn it over. Here's Akinjo now. Akinjo, a little hesitation, dribbles it out.
Boy, was that good by Jack White. He stayed low, moved his feet, took away the drive.
And an offensive foul.
Two baskets already. Good they were. Coach K, a guy named Mike Schrage, whose son is now the head coach at Elon, was on that team as well. And I got to know those guys working for Coach Knight. What an amazing group of men.
Stanley lost the handle. It ends up with LeBlanc. Georgetown the other way, trying to chip away at a 9-point deficit. Javon Blair has checked into the game for the Hoyas. You're at 7, knocks it down.
He's got a terrific touch. It's just a matter of whether he's going to make or miss. He went right at the Laurier and got into the post and got position. Nothing he could do. I like this by what Patrick Ewing's doing. Patrick Ewing setting up a little trap, but Moore just too good.
Going over Yurt 7, who contested and puts it in. 9-point game. The freshman Moore has 11.
Oh,
wow, that's from deep. Look out, Javon Blair. He didn't even play in the game yesterday.
Nor in the first half. That was deep, Boo.
Georgetown trailing by 6. Duke with the ball. Moore. Stanley, that's a 3.
Set up by Moore. We said in the first game, college guys don't normally go back when a guy makes a bucket. Coach K went back to Moore, and because of the attention, it set up Stanley for an open 3.
You're at 7 on DeLaurier. And 1. Omer, you're at 7. The NC State transfer.
Only 5 minutes in the first half, only 12 yesterday, but I'm telling you, this kid has real touch, and he takes his time, turns back. It's not an easy shot, particularly when you get contact. Little Jack Sigma.
Ooh.
You know, to beat Duke, because you're so good defensively, you need somewhere to go. Like, you've got to have something that Patrick Ewing is comfortable doing offensively, and it's Yurt 7 right now.
Akinjo, wow, tips it back. White ends up collecting it, and Duke will set it up.
Man, LeBlanc went a long way to get a hand on a ball. Great hustle.
Carey inside, left hand wouldn't go. Tries again. Wow. If it's on Yurt 7, it's his 4th. It is, and it is.
Yeah, smart. I mean, Coach K didn't win national championships, 1,000+ games by not knowing what he's doing, and they went right at Yurt 7 with Carey. And the problem you have, Boo, Carey misses, but he bodies you underneath the basket when you defend him. So he's right there in a great position to get his own rebound. Watch this. Boom, he bodies you. Look where Yurt 7 ends up. So there's nobody in better position than Carey to get your own rebound. He leads with his stomach and his chest, which knocks a guy like Yurt 7 out of the way.
I think, yeah, we got blood on the jersey of Myron Gardner. Or at least he was bleeding. So Carey at the line. Knocks that down. Vernon Carey Jr. now with 19, coming off a 31-point effort in the game yesterday.
13 minutes to go.
Yeah. LeBlanc gives off a Akinjo, the sophomore from Oakland, going to work. Georgetown down by 7. Feed inside. LeBlanc back to Wahab. Wahab a little too strong. And then they got the foul over the back, I think, on Myron Gardner.
Look, that was a great play. Was it LeBlanc that tipped it back to Wahab without even coming down? Knew he was in trouble, and Wahab got a wide open look. Just jumped too high and hit it off back iron.
Georgetown led by as many as 11 in the first half. Trey Jones handling here, under 12.5 to go in this one. Number 1 Duke leading by 7. That's Baker. And the foul is on Javon Blair. All right, so Feast Week continues, and that's tomorrow. The Air Force Reserve Hall of Fame tip-off classic. Number 7 Virginia against UMass, Arizona State, and St. John's.
Can you score 40 against Virginia?
Oh my gosh.
How about that?
They can defend a little.
Bobby Hurley going and playing against basically where he grew up.
You and I were in the Bahamas last year around this time of year, and we watched Virginia in the championship game beat Wisconsin. If I had been adamant at that time in saying this Virginia team can win it all, what would you have said to me?
I would have said can, yes, will, no. But when you watch them last year, all they did was guard, never turned it over, never fouled. But you also think about this, Boog. How many near misses? The overtime with Purdue. It was 99 percentile. Purdue was going to win when the ball was going into the backcourt as the clock was running down before Diakite hit the shot.
Win probability brought to you by Dan Dockich. Love it. Duke by 9 here at the Garden.
The Garden. Do not get upset early in the NCAA tournament. They better find somebody that can shoot the basketball. Isaiah Moss did not play in the champions when Kansas turned it over 8 million times. And Michigan State needs somebody other than Cassius Winston that can make a 3. Great
steal by Akinjo. And they get an offensive foul as Trey Jones was able to draw it. Wow.
How many offensive fouls has there been? Both teams really fundamental. Trey Jones just steps in front. He could tell that Akinjo was off balance. Jack White did a good job of battling from behind. And you know what? You got to give the referees credit, Boog. They've been consistent with that. Basically, every one of those hit or miss has been called the same way, offensive foul, whether you like it or not.
Jones tried to whip it back, and instead LeBlanc, and he throws it down.
Great move by Patrick Ewing going to the tough press now. Red. Red means you're firing, you're trapping, you're trying to get, and a hook pass by Trey Jones doesn't work in 5th grade, and it doesn't work in college. It doesn't work in the NBA. It's just like a quarterback rolling out to his right and throwing it into the middle of the field. You cannot do that. I like LeBlanc.
Yeah, Paul Sells was just saying something to LeBlanc. Keep your hands off Stanley. Here is Cassius Stanley. Gets inside. Hanks can't hit. It's out to the freshman Moore, and now White.
That LeBlanc, wasn't it, on the floor?
Mm-hmm. Wow. Alexander pushes it up ahead. Javon Blair. Left side, Terrell Allen missed everything.
You could see everybody was so excited, Boog. Even though that was an open 3, that was a rush 3 because they were so excited.
Got the foul and Wahab his third.
It's a 5-point play. Just had everybody so excited. And you got a wide open look, and it turns out to be free throws. And Patrick Ewing wants to let people play under the bucket.
LeBlanc will grab a seat. Here's Carey, 19 points. And rattles home the first. A reminder tonight, following the Rockets and the Clippers on ESPN, you got SportsCenter. Scott Van Pelt, SVP, will have recap and post-game reaction from Staples Center. LeBron and the Lakers looking for 6 in a row. College football preview of Penn State and Ohio State. I'll come up SportsCenter after the NBA.
Take Ohio State, give the points.
All right.
I'm just saying, Urban Meyer, I talked to him the other day. I had said this earlier. 20 pros he feels like there are on the in the program on the defensive side of the football. They just whoop everybody.
And stepping on the sideline is Alexander, out of bounds. Georgetown turns it over. Duke leads it by 8. It's our championship game. Moore goes at the basket, off the glass. No, offensive foul.
I wonder if Moore pushed off because we had a pretty good angle and it was like the defender was going along with. Let's look. Great run out by Moore. Wahab back. I think that's a great call. You never see that called in college basketball. You see it in the NBA, Boog, but you never see when the offensive player initiates contact into the defense. You never see it called. I think it's a great call.
Turnover there. 21 turnovers for Georgetown. Mike Krzyzewski's team was down by as many as 11 in the first half. Crowd starting to cheer. Mac McClung is going to check back in. So is Yurtseven. Duke with the ball up by 8. It's our championship game as we close in on the 10-minute mark. Jones turns the corner. Inside left hand wouldn't go. DeLaurier shot was blocked. And we'll go possession arrow. It'll stay with Duke.
Hey, 2 guys came over for Georgetown, just sprinted and got up above DeLaurier, causing the jump ball.
By the way, it's competition time. Patrick, he's had enough. No more tie. No more tie.
Let's go.
Yep, that's right.
He untucks that shirt. It's real serious. Oh, man. Yeah, he put shoes on. It's over. I think you got to find Carey here against Yurtseven and put him in a position where Yurtseven gets another foul.
And that one rejected by LeBlanc. McClung picks it up. McClung off to the races. Mac McClung. I think he was waiting for some contact, and then he gets a shot rejected by Moore. Wow.
What end-to-end action. The end ends up with Moore, and Moore is letting McClung know. But I'm telling you, on this other end, watch Moore come out and get it at the point. But on the other end, man, did LeBlanc do a great job of digging it out. This is a fantastic, fun game. What a block by Moore. And Moore let him know, Boog. He said a foul word.
The look saying 1,000 words.
Maybe he didn't say a bad word, but I thought he did. I'll get him in trouble.
McClung trying to feed inside, loose ball. DeLaurier comes up with it. Here's Jones. Jones left hand, that wouldn't go. Tip wouldn't go. McClung up ahead. LeBlanc. And a foul, and Josh LeBlanc will go to the line.
Boog, I thought LeBlanc was going to dunk that. I thought he was going to turn that over and dunk on this entire building. That dude hustles, Boog.
Wow.
Great hustle by Delorier as well. Keep your pants on.
Patrick Ewing. His team down by 8. LeBlanc 8 out of 13 on the season from the line. Too strong that time. Akinjo will check back in. Allen will sit.
If you watch McClung, at least that free throw, it doesn't spin, which means he doesn't have a good wrist snap off his fingers, which means he's not going to be a good free throw shooter. Try to watch the ball here if you can. See if it spins a little better that time.
7-point game and some pressure. A takeaway. What do we got?
Whoa!
Oh, wow. Patrick Ewing just got technical. Saw that coming.
He's about ready to get run. He better settle down. Louis Orr needs to get in front of him and get him out of the way.
And Louis Orr.
Great job.
Patrick Ewing is frustrated as he chats with Brian Dorsey.
But Georgetown thought they had a steal. Let's see. They called a foul.
I need to see that again. On Akinjo. It was Rob Riley that teed him up.
What a terrible call.
Yeah, it's bad.
And that's what set Patrick Ewing off. Unless there's an angle we didn't see, but we've seen two. That's just a terrible call.
And Patrick earned the tee, by the way. He was angry.
He was angry, and he's about ready to get tossed because he came out onto the court.
And Louis Orr
did a great job right there. I mean, a great job. All right, let's see.
Look at Stanley.
You know, you extend that arm, I guess you could say Akinjo had it held, but that doesn't look like that to me. That just looks like we're playing basketball and the referee made a bad call and Patrick Ewing reacted. That is a terrible call.
Yeah.
Now, Boog, if you're Georgetown, unless you get an open three, you're driving it, because I promise you they're not going to call a foul on Georgetown driving in this situation. They'll call a block, but you got to drive it. Wow.
Man.
Sure, I'm wrong. I thought they would have called a foul without question on Carey. They didn't, and LeBlanc obviously fouled.
And I thought that Akinjo got bumped.
I didn't think it was a bad play by Carey, but I thought they would be given a foul. I've seen it for 25 years.
Sure. All right, so here's that last play. Akinjo getting into Carey.
That's good defense. That really was, and good officiating by not giving in to the makeup call. I've seen it so many times in my life, Boog. Lived it, player, coach, good refereeing, not giving in.
Georgetown's in charge of 27 fouls. Duke with 16
nice.
in this one. You're at 7. Wanted a call there. 10-point game, 9 to go. Feed, White couldn't do it. Stanley, the putback, and one. Cassius Stanley.
How quick love to Stanley get off the ground, and a great play by Stanley to follow his pass. Makes the pass, keeps moving forward. Everybody else is watching Stanley because he can jump so quick, beats him to the ball. It's a great game, Boog.
Last foul on Mac McClung, and it's his 4th.
Louis Orr.
Freshman now with 16.
Louis Orr and Ewing were talking about whether you keep him in because this is a dangerous time. You're down 13. You got to have some offense.
You have to keep him in.
Yeah, I think you do, Boog. And it's good to play him on the same side here or Kinjo.
Wow.
That's a terrible. There is a rule now. You're not supposed to be in their space. Watch the space right now. Carey comes. You've seen it called all year long. A guy comes up in a trap into a player's space, not allowing him to move, and that's what Carey does. They're going to look at it, but I think that is a bad call, Boog.
Yeah.
I mean, a basketball player should at least be allowed to turn a little bit.
Yes.
That's the new rule that was implemented last year.
Paul Sells over there sorting it out. At the table, Brian Dorsey.
And
Dan Dockich. All right, so they're going to say a cylinder foul?
Yeah, they're not calling it on 44. They're doing exactly what we had just said. They're going to take away the foul because it's reviewable from 44. And because Carey is in the cylinder, they're going to call the foul on him. That's good officiating. That's 4 on Carey.
Yeah.
People don't know the rule, so they're upset because they've never seen this before.
Yep.
But that was very good officiating.
Yeah, that's the call right there. And hang on. The clock's at 21. And it was at 30. Okay.
That's really good.
You're 7. Buries it. How about that? It's a 2. And it's an 11-point game. Georgetown bringing some pressure.
Important for Georgetown to press without fouling.
And here we go. Championship game, number 1, Duke up by 11. Jones, floater, got it.
Can't do that. You can't get beat away from a ball screen when the ball screen's being set by a guy that can't score. Deloria can't score out there, Boog, so you got to force him into the non-score, not get beat away. Oh, good feed.
Delorier gets the foul. Last year was about the freshman. This year about the freshman. Vernon Carey Jr. inside. He has been outstanding. I know you like Wendell Moore. And Wendell Moore Jr. and as well Cassius Stanley doing the job. Freshman last year, freshman this year.
Maybe not as high a draft choices, you know, like Carey maybe. But, man, are they good? They are tough. And, you know, they go to Duke. They're going to be well coached. Great back cut. Great timeout by Patrick Ewing by Akinjo. Wow.
Akinjo gets the bucket.
Boom. Patrick Ewing was killing Akinjo at that timeout. Akinjo didn't want to hear it at first.
That's too easy. Moore all the way down and in.
Tell me what he can't do. I mean, he just brought the ball down like a point guard. He's built like a fullback. He's hit a 3. He rebounds. He guards different guys. I love that kid, Wendell Moore.
6'6", 213 from Charlotte. Just a freshman. You're 7. hangs and hits. He's got a lot of skill offensively.
Got a lot of game on the block. That was to the right shoulder. He's gone left shoulder. He's gone right shoulder. He's gone shot fake Sigma. Look at this.
Trey Jones tracks it down, and they'll set it back up. Duke by 11, closing in on 7 to go.
Now you drive it right at, you're at 7. If you can, you drive it right into him.
White feeds across Stanley. Freshman jumper. Somebody got a piece of it. Out of bounds, and it'll be Georgetown basketball.
Boom, this is a lot of game out of you at 7. There's a lot of offensive game, man. The guy can go right shoulder, 2 dribbles, back you down. He's gone left shoulder. He's gone shot fake, lean in, so you can't block it. Too bad he only played 5 minutes in the first half.
Akinjo inside, hangs, can't hit. And then what do we have? We go in possession arrow, and it stays with Georgetown. Good hustle by Akinjo. He and Delorier, he's given up about 10 inches to Delorier.
There's so much want to in Akinjo. So much. Watch, he's got his chin on the rim, and then he's going to battle. It's time for McClung and Akinjo to make a couple shots if Georgetown's going to get back in this, down 11.
Yep. Akinjo directing traffic, led the Big East in assists last year, the freshman of the year in the league. And your 7 draws the foul. Jack White picks it up. Not Jack White of the White Stripes. You a fan of the White Stripes?
Yeah, big fan, yeah. Who are they?
You know the 7 Nation Army song.
Oh, yeah.
You do. I'll sing it for you later.
Is that like Fish?
I've had to, no.
Oh.
I've had to listen to you. I mean, every song that comes on in this place, Dockich then starts to sing.
I love this.
You don't even realize you do it.
Every morning, there's a song in my head.
With 7, gets the second.
You got to get stops, Boog. You know, as hard as Georgetown's playing, they're down 10 against a tough point guard. And good call.
Carry.
You know, you got to string 3 in a row. You got 1. You're down double digits. You're telling your team, let's get 3 stops in a row and a good shot every possession, and we'll be right in this under 5 minutes.
19th turnover on the Blue Devils. Here's McClung with the ball. His team down by 10.
This is what McClung wants, that matchup right there.
On the elbow, shot wouldn't go, loose ball, and Stanley swoops in for the board. Alexander popped out there. Under 6 to go. Jones goes to work. Inside, hangs. That wouldn't go. Rebound is pulled down there. And Gardner up ahead. McClung spinning inside. And they go possession arrow. This time it belongs to Duke. Mac McClung, who's been held down, only 6 points in this one.
What great help. I mean, Jack White made McClung spin, and man, Delorier hustled, got in front. That's a difference, Boog. Trey, he's not going to get sped up. You know, McClung got sped up. We've seen Akinjo sped up. You're not speeding him up.
More hesitation, gets inside, off the glass. 2 more for Wendell Moore. Wendell Moore Jr. with 17.
Star. Anything you want to do on a basketball court, star.
Well, they get the foul on Delorier. Third 7 got good position. Feast week continues tomorrow. The Air Force Reserve Hall of Fame tip-off. 12 Eastern, number 7 Virginia against UMass, Arizona State, and St. John's. Championship comes your way on Sunday.
There'll be a point in the season where Virginia's probably number 1.
Do you have a sneak attack team that...
Ohio State.
Okay.
I think Ohio State, watching them beat Villanova all day. They've got Caleb Wesson has played like a first-team All-American, and he's played, more importantly, probably like a first-team All-Defensive player. He's been terrific. Lost 30 pounds, can shoot threes. He's fantastic. And a point guard named DJ Carton can go, like one-and-done go. Now, it's not a sneak team because they're 10th in the country right now, right? But it's a team nobody really talking about.
White rips down the rebound, 11-point advantage for Duke, and they have the ball. Stanley, wide open three, got it.
Freshman. Wow.
Largest lead of the night for Duke. They're up by 14. And look at the hustle by Carey. Well, Stanley's known for the jumping ability, but that jumper's pretty good too.
Yeah, it's sweet. I'll tell you what, you're just not going to speed Jones up. You're just not. And he finds the right guy after going side to side, and Carey is set. And when he's set, he's money.
Third 7.
Wow. That's left shoulder. Last time was right shoulder. Just can't get enough stops, Boo. Can't get a stop, then a stop, then a stop.
Third 7 with 17 all in this half. Fans egging Jack White on, wanted him to shoot it there.
The whole section that was behind White stood up thinking, and then they got mad.
Four minutes to go. Shot clock winding down. Jones off the mark. Mosley rebounds. Hoyas on the move. Gardner splits the defense. Finger roll is good. And Georgetown back within 10.
It's exactly what you say. Split the defense. Because, again, we've seen so many charges. Charge was there, but Gardner had great body control.
Trey Jones, 11.7 assists. Feeds Carey inside, rejected there.
That's 3 stops. Get a bucket here, you're right back in it.
They're at 7, it's a 3. Carey able to track it down. That would have been big if your 7 could have hit that triple.
Ooh.
Jones on the move. Jones floats, can't hit. And a rebound pulled down by Gardner. Georgetown the other way. Gardner, lob, tipped. White tries to save it, and he does. It's Duke basketball when we come back. Huge play.
Good play, though.
What? Well, I mean, if it went off of him, like, what are we talking about?
I don't know how you miss it. I know how you miss it. You were behind the play. The ref wasn't in front.
Duke with the ball up 10.
What'd you want me to say?
I'm just here keeping you honest, that's all. I'm like your ombudsman, right? I'm the ombudsman.
Yes.
Inside more. LeBlanc swats it.
I love the ball. Man.
Akinjo probing. It was that offensive interference. They didn't call it. Who'd they give the basket to?
Smart right there, because that ball was not getting across the 10-second line. Again, Trey Jones just smarter than everybody.
8-point game, 1:58 to go. 6-0 Georgetown run.
Boo, watch LeBlanc here. He's beat, but he stays with it, gets a running start, and pins it.
Yeah.
And this is what you got to do. You got to turn turnovers into layups, and looked like Yurt 7 got that one. That's a goal time.
Yeah.
Been a tough night for the guys in black and white.
1:58 to go. Georgetown trailing by 8. It's our 2K Empire Classic Championship game. These teams met in the championship in 2015. And Grayson Allen 32, and Duke held on for a 2-point win. Omer Yurtseven, second half, he's been brilliant, Dan Dockett.
Yeah, he's been the best player on the floor. I mean, he has been terrific. Patrick Ewing's smart. They found where they wanted to go to get offense. Defense has been a bit of a problem, but this kid right here has been terrific. Only 5 minutes in the first half, got foul trouble. Had foul trouble yesterday. As we move forward in the season, he's got to learn not to commit silly fouls, Boo. He gets too many by being late on a play.
They changed that last basket to Yurtseven. Toss up ahead, and they get a travel.
Hey, that was good officiating. That was guys going for the ball. White fell down, and the game was going so fast, a little stutter steps, travel. Good press again.
I don't know about that.
I don't either. It looked in real time like a travel.
Kenjo hesitating. Kenjo looking. Kenjo floater. Tip. And out of bounds. And it'll stay with Georgetown. 1:32 to go in this game. And Duke, #1 team in the country, leading by 8.
If you're Duke, you just keep in front of a guy and make him make tough shots. You do not foul. And you guard the three-point line.
Yurtseven hits.
Touch.
He's got 21. All in the second half. Omer Yurtseven. More into the front court. And he gives it off to Tre Jones, the steady hand of the sophomore. 6-point game. Closing in at a minute to play in our championship game. Some energy in the Garden. Handoff Jones inside. Yurtseven swats it out of bounds. 3 on the shot clock.
That's the play they scored. Second bucket of the half. And Yurtseven read it perfectly. He did not stay up top where Carey was. Came over and made the play by being there early. Early help, you get block shots. Late help, you foul.
Well, one of the guys who's made a big impact in this game. You were raving about him last night, but the freshman, Wendell Moore Jr., he has had himself a really nice game.
I like everything about him. He can guard basically 4, maybe 5 positions. He goes to the backcourt. He is strong. He handles the ball. And as you can see there, he can play through contact. This kid, I think, is going to be a star. And he's going to be somebody on both ends of the court that is going to be Coach K's, I don't know about his favorite, because you got to like Jones and Carey, but he's going to be the third guy on this team at some point, maybe right now. Love it.
Wendell Moore Jr., the freshman from Charlotte. Duke here tonight. They're 5-0. With a win, they'd be 6-0. This is their 3rd game at Madison Square Garden. 3 at MSG and 3 at Cameron. And how about upcoming schedule? Yeah, Duke and Michigan State, Big Ten ACC Challenge, December 3rd, 9:30 Eastern. That's from East Lansing.
2 teams that win because they're tough. They win because their culture is tough. They win because they're supposed to win. This is not a 3 first-round pick Duke team. And Michigan State, who was the preseason #1, I don't know if they have a first round. I mean, Cassius Winston's a terrific college player. Who knows how he equates to the NBA, but they win because they're tough. That is going to be on December 3rd, a great, fun basketball game.
It's interesting. I mean, you see, and their next game after that for Duke is at Virginia Tech to open up ACC play. But it feels as though for Duke, part of what's happening, even though they're relying on freshmen again, is they're relying on the culture. It seems there's that feel of we know how to win in the tight spots. 3 on the shot clock. 50.6
nice.
to go. Lob inside. Carey.
What a play!
Oh, my goodness. And he'll go to the line and shoot 2. Vernon Carey Jr. He's got 20 here tonight.
Boom. Watch this. We missed the first part where Carey went out like he was going to catch a screen from Moore, and he turned back. Watch, he's turning. He reads like he's no. He comes back, and you just throw it up. You want to know why Coach K's won 1,000 games plus? It's one of the reasons. Not the reason, but one of the reasons. That was great. If you're a coach at home, clip that, run that, but run it with a guy that can make free throws.
Missed them both. Yurtseven pulls it down. Gotta go. Akinjo hesitates inside.
Oh!
And a block. And Akinjo will go to the line and shoot 2.
Akinjo went fast, boo. Let's see. It's been called a charge all night.
Yeah.
I mean, it really has. I don't know what else to tell you. He's there. I guess he's moving. He's sliding, I suppose. But that's been called a charge every time except that time.
That, by the way, was the 50th foul in this game. 5-0.
In the referee's defense, this is a tough game to officiate because everybody's driving. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So here we go. 4-point game, a 10-0 Georgetown run.
Well, I tell you what, Carey touches it, I'm fouling him. I wouldn't mind fouling more either. Now you got a problem.
Wow, what do you... All right.
That was bad.
Yeah.
If you had an 11-second difference on a 4-point game, that's too much.
All right, so 4-point game here. Back to the studio, Matt Barry.
Guys, quick programming note. Those of you looking for Colorado State, Wyoming, that has kicked on ESPN News. You see Dave Fleming's good-looking face there with Tom Ramsey. That'll move over to ESPN2 when you guys go final. But Colorado State, Wyoming, kicked on E! News.
Yeah, Jones gets the first.
Ball screen at midcourt and go to the rim.
Or a 3. Nope. Stanley tracks it down. And a foul on Blair. All right, tonight's player of the game is brought to you by 2K. Wendell Moore Jr. 17 points, 7 of 10 from the line. Plus 15, meaning when he was on the court, they outscored Georgetown by 15.
Yeah, and there's a reason for that. First off, the efficiency from the field goal percentage, but his defense terrific. He went to the backboard. He handled the ball against heat. People have been waiting at Duke, and I know he's only 6 games in, but at Duke, you're supposed to be great from the get-go. He was terrific, absolutely terrific tonight.
8-point game now. And Duke will stay unbeaten. Akinjo Hoyas. Carey pulls down the rebound. Georgetown to take away. Blair. And that's that. 81-73 in the